Now, this is just a way of illustrating what we're going to do, because when we do what we're going to do, we shall follow the technique properly. I'm not going to ad-lib the technique, although it's not too complicated. It's just very repetitious, and I'm going to have to concentrate like heck on making sure that you're all in the right place. Right, fundamentally, let's just talk about one set at a time, because everything I'll say about this is the same, except the codes that we're working with will change. When we come to set 2, we're working with this combination, and with set 3, with this combination. But the steps that we actually take are the same in every case. All right? So we are going to, utilizing your E-LAi self and you working together, we're going to work first with chakra points, the odd number ones, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So what's going to happen is we will encrypt each of these, starting here, going to this one, and you don't have to worry about this at this point, because I'll just simply take the codes and give them to you in the correct sequence, so you just completely relax into that, knowing that I'm following the sequence as it should be. They'll appear on the screen. All right? So we will use the same process steps over and over again, okay, to encrypt this, move to the encryption of that, move to the encryption of that, and then D, E, and F. So the sequence in every case on the sheets that you'll eventually get are number 1, A, number 2, B, 3, C, and then 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And then when we've completed the particular cycle of the encryption of this, and it's pointless to actually talk about the technique at this particular point. It's better to do it in action, so to speak. But there is a simple hand position where you actually move your right hand to each of the appropriate chakra points. So what I'm saying is that at chakra 1, you will put your right hand, not your lotus touch fingertips, you don't need to do that, just your right hand in a position that feels comfortable on, around, or over chakra 1. Okay? And with your hand in that position and your E-LAi self doing the work of picking these up, right? You'll be running frequency while you're directing mentally your E-LAi self to do this. Your E-LAi will actually be instructed by you to become a spark, will actually enter the first of the codes, will become that code, right? We will do the same process through each of the 6 before then you move your hand to chakra 3. And then we'll do the same thing over, exactly the same way. And when we've done that, you move your hand to 5 and then to 7. All right? And then we'll go on to the second set and then the third set. So as I said, when you look at it at the first sight, there's an awful lot of information that is appearing on one piece of paper. And you go, oh my goodness, what's that? Which is what I did when I looked at it the first time too. But in fact, if we just allow ourselves to be really pedestrian and slow and careful, it is very simple. It's a repetitious thing where we go and pick these up. All right? Then there is a point when, having done all of this, then there is a transfer stage, okay? Which, if I recollect correctly, all the encryptions are transferred in one sort of cycle within the technique. You don't have to do the transfer like as pedestrian as going through the sequence of each of the 3 sets one by one. They'll be dropped, as it were, in one, transferred in one go. And then there's a closing stage. And then there is the element of it which would relate to a client session, or if you're working with this personally, which is the 4th component in the whole, which, although it will take us quite a little while to do this, the technique itself isn't complicated. It's just new, and it has the impression of being a bit hard. But I assure you it's not. If I've got a grip of it in the space of 5 or 10 minutes, then I'm sure you can do it in less.